Russ, and welcome to my shop. Man, have I got a lot of information to share with you today, and I'm very glad you could stop by and visit. First off, I need to talk about this show and the new name for this particular show here on YouTube. When I first started off, I was going to name the show Let's Talk Shop with Russ. But since this is happening, since I've made this in the last 4 or 5 weeks, there's been some changes that have been made. So I'm going to end up changing the name of this show here on YouTube to S.W.C. Updates, Tools, and Nonsense. Instead of what I started out with is Let's Talk Shop with Russ. The reason being is I have my own show now on Google Hangouts that is broadcasted and recorded here on YouTube. And that show, I am going to name it Let's Talk Shop with Russ. So this new format here, S.W.C. Update, Tools, and Nonsense, is going to be about shop updates, tool reviews, other nonsense that I can talk up or I need to bring up about my channel or things that are going on. That's what this format will be for outside of the build videos. The Let's Talk Shop with Russ will be on Saturday night show, YouTube, and then on Google Hangouts, which will be broadcasted to YouTube and recorded there on YouTube for you to watch. So 2 different shows. I'm changing the name of this one, so I hope you understand. I'm not trying to confuse you, but it's a little confusing for me. Things have just changed so rapidly in the last couple of months. It's incredible about what's going on, and I'm very excited about some of them. Number one, I'm excited about the new show there on Google Hangouts, where I'm actually by myself. I'm going to miss Charles. There's no animosity whatsoever between us. It was just mutually agreed upon that we were going to separate, and I'm going to have my own show, and then he's more or less going to have shows also, but I think it's going to be more like about when he feels up to it or when he can have shows. So that's the direction that's going in. Okay, about my new show on Saturday nights, 8:30, Let's Talk Shop with Russ. I've got a lot of things planned for this show. We're going to do a lot more hands-on things on the show rather than just actually talking about things. One of them this week is going to be bandsaws. Actually, I'm going to bring my bandsaw here into the shop, or I say into the shop, it's in the shop, but in front of the camera, and I'm going to show you how I would set my bandsaw up, how I attention the blade, everything about it. We're going to discuss about that. Now, that being said, I'm also going to be looking for people that want to be on the panel, and I'm going to make the announcements about the next show at least a week in advance. I'm going to be looking for people that want to be on the panel that can actually show off their tools, their bandsaw, their table saw, their lathe, whatever it is that week that we're going to be talking about and discussing. And maybe even do a little, if it's a lathe, maybe you'll do some turning and show us tool placement, things like that. So it's not a prerequisite to be on my panel, by no means, but I do want people that would come forth and say, hey, I have a table saw. I can show you how to do it. I made a nice sled. I can show you how I made my sled. So the show's not all about me. I want it to be about people on the panel also, that they can show off their tools and their skills. That's the whole reason behind the show, is so that every woodworker has a chance to show off a little bit of what they got, what they can do. That's where I want the show to go. Also, I want to talk about a contest game that is going to be on the show. Now, we're talking about the actual show that is on Saturday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There is actually about once a month, a little bit more if I can get sponsors to cooperate and get some more goodies and toys into the basket. But about once a month, we're going to have a little game on the show, or I won't call it a contest, either way you want to go. And what it will be is I'm going to have a question that will appear on YouTube underneath the video, and not in the comments section, but where I can post information about the show. And the question might be like, for instance, I'll get it right here in a second. What is the color of the drill that was behind me? For instance, like that. Okay? And all you will have to do, now there's a lot of things I've got to get situated and out before the actual first game or contest, so to speak. But the question might be, what was the color of the drill that was on my show or sitting behind me? So you would just put orange or whatever the color of the drill was in the comment section below the video. And then I will go through, pick the names, we'll have a random drawing, and that person will win a prize. Now, I won't want to go in too much more depth about that because I actually am going to be talking about it also on this week's show, Saturday night. I believe it's September, let me look real quick. I've already forgot the date. September 12th, this Saturday night. So we're going to talk more extensively about the rules and how the contest is going to work, and then people can ask me questions. Also, for a new thing on that show is it's going to be broadcasted on YouTube, and there'll be a chat section in YouTube for those of you who have a hard time getting on into Google Plus or the chat area of Google Plus for our Hangout show. You'll be able to comment live there on YouTube, and we will actually see the questions, see the comments, and be able to talk about them on the show also. That's something new that's coming up that we haven't done before on the show. So a couple of really great things. We'll go into a lot of this stuff again. I hope you don't get tired of hearing about it on this Saturday night show, but I did want to bring them up and point them out right now also. Now, for the Scroll Saw Artist Contest, I'm starting one this year. This will be the first annual Scroll Saw Artist Contest. I'm getting kind of tongue-tied here, sorry. But I do not know of any other contest that's out there that is really for us, the Scroll Saw people. We have the Whirligig Contest, the Birdhouse Contest by Summers Woodworking, I believe the 2x4 Challenge, the Pallet Upcycle Challenge. All these wonderful contests are out there, but they kind of put us, the Scroll Saw enthusiasts, on the back burner. So we're going to be doing a Scroll Saw contest, Scroll Saw Artist Contest. It's going to run between October 1st and October 31st of this year. I will have more information. I'll have another video that I'll put out on this same format, S.W.C. Updates, Tools, and Nonsense, before or around September 28th, that will go into more details about this, about the rules, about how you can enter, what you need to do to enter. I'm looking at a Halloween theme this year, since it's actually going to be in October and Halloween's the 31st, so we're looking at a Halloween theme. So in other words, this is not for designing patterns, this is strictly for cutting on the scroll saw. So you could cut something like a pumpkin or something like that on the scroll saw and enter it in the contest. But like I said, I will have another video out around the 28th of September, and we will go into a lot more details about this. Right now, unfortunately, I'm having to say USA only. The reason being is because some of our sponsors do not want to ship things overseas or outside the US of A. I am hoping, and it looks like so far, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and it looks pretty good, that we're having sponsors also stepping up to the plate and saying, like, I'll give away a gift card. Well, a gift card can easily be put into the mail and sent overseas. When the person gets it, they can go online and they can order something, and shipping can be included in that order, or that gift card can be used to include the shipping. This would be great for some of my, or more of my sponsors would come on board with this idea, just so I can get those of you who live outside of the United States involved in the contest. It's not a matter of my choice. I wished I could fund the whole thing. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm going to have to rely on help from sponsors to be able to pull this off, and I'm really hoping that they'll step forward. Now, we have a lot of time between now and the 28th. I could get enough sponsors that step forward and say, hey, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'll help you out, and I'll do that exact thing. Or I can say between now and the 28th, which is still 2 or 3 days before the contest starts, say, guess what? It's open to everyone outside the U.S. and inside the U.S. And I really, really hope and believe it's going to go in that direction. Just for right now, I have to say that it's inside the USA only. And I hope those of you who follow me, who watch my shows, who watch my YouTube videos, who follow me on Facebook, really understand it was not an easy decision. It's still not an easy decision for me to do this. I can't fund the contest by myself, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to rely on sponsors to help me do this. So we'll see how it goes, but there's something else I wanted to touch base on. The contest will run, like I said, between October 1st and October 31st. Look for our Facebook, YouTube video, and any way I can get it out there. Maybe I'll even post some stuff on Twitter. Any way I can get the information out there on the 28th or before the 28th about this Scroll Saw Otters contest. Look for more information that way. Okay. I'm sorry if I kind of repeat myself. I've got a little list over here because that's the reason I keep on looking over here. I've got a little list of things I want to talk about. So, actually, I'm down to the bottom of the list. Wow. That's great. I haven't done any build videos yet. They are going to be coming out here shortly. Several things that have come up in the last month or so. First off, my trip to California. I think everybody's heard about that. I went out there, and my son is a Marine, and his tour duty is up, so he was able to come home. We have him home now. He's here at the house. We're going to have him for this Thanksgiving, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas and New Year's this year. The first time we've had him for every one of them in over 4 years. So that's really great and fantastic. Along with that, some other personal things came up. My brother, and I think some of you know I've mentioned, has colon cancer. So we have had to deal with that this past couple of months. He's had an operation, a very extensive operation. He's in recovery. Everything looks great for him. I'm very happy about that, but I've had to spend between the hospital time and his recovery time and doing some other things. That's taken up a lot of my time, which is I haven't been able to do some build videos. And then plus my redoing my kitchen, kind of remodeling my kitchen. Our range went out. Actually, it was a island stove, generator downdraft that went bad. It's about 12 years old, so I had to buy a new range. So I am going to do a little build video on that. I wasn't able to actually video it, but I've taken some pictures, and I'll do a little video on that to show one of the things I've been doing this last couple of months that I haven't been putting out videos. So I guess I went over it all. I do appreciate each and every one of you for watching my videos, for watching the show. I hope that I can really, this thing really takes off with the show now. I'm very excited about it. I'm looking forward to doing some new adventures and doing some things that I don't think has been done yet on any of the shows here on YouTube or through Google Hangouts. Thanks for watching. God bless. And just remember one thing. Keep the blade on the line.